Pennsylvania League of Angling Youth, Fall 2020 Newsletter. Title: AngleR3 Education. Written by D. Fisher. Editor: Spring Gerhardt. Design and illustrations: Andrea Feeney. Photos: Amity Daniel, Angela Tuttle, and D. Fisher. Read by D. Fisher. What do you know about the 3 R's of fishing? If you ask an older person about the 3 R's that they might have learned in school, they would probably say reading, writing, and arithmetic. That is just a funny way of saying reading, writing, and arithmetic, or math. These 3 subjects are considered to be the basics of education. In this issue of Play, you will learn about the 3 R's of fishing. So grab your rod and let's go. As you do, listen for the following vocabulary words. Acronym: a word formed from the initial letters of other words and pronounced as a word. Aquatic resources: any body of water and anything that lives in or around it, such as fish, plants, bugs, turtles, and more. Ethical angler is an angler who respects the rights of others who are using the water and who values aquatic resources. Recruitment is the action of finding new people to join an activity, like fishing. Retention is the ability to keep someone in an activity, like fishing. Reactivation is the process of bringing people back to an activity, like fishing, after they have been away from it for a while. The 3 R's of being a smart angler. Have you ever gone to a fishing program taught by the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission? If so, you probably learned how to be a smart angler. SMART stands for safety first, mind your manners, appreciate your aquatic resources, and teach others. Did you notice a missing letter from this acronym? That's right, it is R. The R in SMART stands for 3 values that are important to an ethical angler: respect, responsibility, and release. A smart angler knows to be respectful of other anglers and to be quiet when near the water so that you do not scare away the fish. Smart anglers are also responsible for keeping waterways clean and safe for other anglers. Smart anglers release the fish they catch back into the water, unless they plan to eat the fish. What other ways can you be an ethical angler when fishing? From 3 R's to R3. What's new? About 20 years ago, the agencies that oversee the nation's aquatic resources, like the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission, began to talk about three different R's. These new R's stand for recruitment, retention, and reactivation. These words are important to the future of fishing. You will learn more about recruitment, retention, and reactivation later on in this play. For now, think about your favorite sports team. Well, fishing is a recreational activity that some people consider a sport. From the first time that people tied hooks and strings to poles and caught their first fish, it has become not only a means to catch food, but also a means of having fun outdoors. Whether exercising your muscles or soothing your spirit by disconnecting from technology and relaxing in nature, fishing is something that everyone of all ages and abilities can enjoy. Let's talk recruitment. Scouts for sports teams are always on the lookout for new talent to join their team. When a scout finds a new player, that is called recruitment. You can be a scout too. Even though fishing is fun to do on your own, it is always more fun to bring along a friend. If you ask your friends to join you on a fishing trip, you are recruiting them. But what would happen to your favorite team if no one was ever recruited? If there were never new players to join the team? Would it be successful? Probably not, after a while. The same thing is true for fishing. If there are no new anglers to join the sport, it could lose support. The best thing that you can do for sport fishing is to share your love of fishing with someone else. This is called being a mentor. A mentor goes beyond merely introducing someone to the sport of fishing. A mentor takes the time and effort to teach new anglers the basic skills needed to enjoy the activity. After you get new anglers hooked on fishing, then it is time to find new and interesting ways to keep them on the team. And that leads us to retention. In order to keep good players on a team, a coach needs to keep them interested and excited about playing. They create fun practice drills. They suggest new equipment to use. They find new places to play. As a mentor, you can coach your fishing friend the same way. You can practice fly tying. You can go to sports shows and see what is new. You can visit new streams or lakes. You can even help your friend become a mentor to someone else. When you take your sport to the next level, you stay involved in the sport. Keeping others involved in the sport is called retention. It is always more fun to keep your team together than to have to scout for a new fishing teammate, right? Right. Reactivation. What happens when your friend finds something new to do? Maybe they got involved in another sport and don't have time to go fishing with you anymore. Well, you can always recruit a new fishing teammate and start all over again. Or you can scout around to see if you can find someone who used to go fishing but stopped. someone who would love to start up again if only they had someone to go fishing with. If you help someone return to an activity that they once enjoyed, it is known as reactivation. Do you know someone who used to go fishing all of the time but stopped? Reach out to them and see if they would be interested in going fishing with you. You never know until you ask. You will be glad you did.